Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Unarmed gameplay Overhaul and Slide Kick mod, which is being released by user Asignacio1. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is, well, an overhaul of the unarmed combat mechanics. And I gotta admit, I am surprised that I love this mod, as typically I just despise melee combat in this game. Yes, we have punches, yes, we have blocks, and yes, we have the bash power attack, but things like counterattacks and takedowns, though possible, just always seem to be so random and luck of the draw to me. I could never find a reliable way of doing them, and that just made combat boring. But with this mod, it adds in that more reliable way of doing counterattacks and takedowns, and I love it. So let's jump down to our little combat arena here, and we are going to have to go into the third-person camera view for this, as it doesn't work in first person. Apparently, according to the mod page, it uses the animations to do the triggering on the events, and so we are going to have to be out here in third person for that, but that's alright, because you know what, the animations are fun to look at. So, the first of the attacks here that we're going to have a gander at is the counterattack. And again, you can do it in vanilla, but it just seems so random that most of my fights devolved into just two people punching each other in the head till someone succumbed to death. But in this mod, all you have to do is tap the power bash key. So for me on keyboard and mouse, that is Alt. And when an enemy attacks me, I just have to tap Alt, not hold, but tap will do a counterattack. Most of the time. You have to do it when they're attacking, so timing does come into play, and with me and my awful timing, that means I miss sometimes, but let's grab a raider and see how it goes. So we got, what weapon do you have, sir? You have a knife? Perfect! When they have pool cues, it seems to work less likely for me. But there we go. He attacked, and we got a counter right off the bat. And there we are, and, well, he's murdered. Beautiful. Beautiful. So again, it didn't just evolve into punching. We actually did a counter in the first go. Now let's grab another raider and bring it on, fool. And there we go, a successful counter. And then another successful counter. And finally, his death. Perfect. I really love that. It makes the fights much more interesting and dynamic looking. It's still not entirely dynamic, but it does make him, at the very least, look a lot more fun. So let's grab another raider and see how it goes again. We got a kick on him that time. And let's... oh, I missed that attack. Let's... there we go. A counter on his swing. And one more. And I just murdered him again. Well, yeah, more than half the time there, we got successful counterattacks on those guys. And I love it. Again, it just didn't devolve into punching. Well, I mean, we still did punch them, but in a more interesting way. And so now let's talk about takedowns. My favorite part of this mod. Again, you could do it in the game previously, but not reliably. Now, all you have to do is hit two keys. And this time it is a combination of the block and the power bash. So for me, that means right mouse click and Alt. And you gotta do it pretty quickly, not entirely at the same time, but sort of in succession. You want to hit block and then power attack. It's basically how it goes, very, very quickly. So let's get out another raider. And, hi sir, how are you? It's time for you to go on the floor. I love it. I love it. He just goes straight to the ground. And there we go. Kick him in the legs. And he's down again. Let's go for a third takedown here. There we go. We've swept the legs once more. Now you'll notice I'm kind of waiting between takedowns. And that's because if we do take him down and then try and take him down again right after, we just punch. Because we have to wait for his animation to complete. He has to successfully stand up. Now, I kind of wish I wasn't talking just then, because you did notice the takedown that did just get used. hey, we got it a second time, was the slide kick. And that is typically an animation that is only reserved for NPCs. But this mod also gives you the ability to slide kick people. And I love it. So yeah, you just go up to them when they're up and then right click and alt, or well, if you're on controller, just whatever your keys are for block and bash, and you can take them down just over and over again, knock them to the floor. And it's just so entertaining to do. I actually had a fight earlier when I was testing this where I had a group of like 6 raiders and I just ran from one to the next, knocking them on the ground. It was great. I had so much fun doing it. It's just hilarious. Now let's actually finish this guy off and show how it gets even better. And that's because you can still do those takedown moves with a gun. Now, this gets a little bit more complicated, and honestly, I miss more than half the times doing it this way. But you are supposed to be able to do takedowns with weapons. But it's not as easy as with the unarmed combat. So if we do grab an enemy here, you sort of actually have to, instead of blocking, you have to aim, and you seem to have to aim just off to the right-hand side, and then do the attack. So there we go. Nope. See, I missed on that one. But hey, we got our second attempt there. And this becomes a lot more powerful of an attack when you can do it with a gun, because now he's on the ground, and I can shoot him while he's defenseless. And that's awesome. I really love doing that to people. You just run up, knock him on the ground, and then shoot him on the floor. There we go. He is down, and he's now extinguished. And if we grab another raider, he's down, and he's shot. Perfect. It is the best 1-2 combo to do. I just have so much fun with it. Now, you are also supposed to be able to tap bash to sort of kick people back, and that seems to happen even less for me. I'm getting better at the takedowns with the pistol, but yeah, see, there we go. We actually got a pushback. When they're up close in your face, you're supposed to tap the bash key, and they will get pushed back or kicked back to give you a bit of space. But most of the time I try that, it just ends up punching them in the head and killing them. So that one seems to work not as well for me, but the takedowns, oh my god, they're just so much fun. Hey. Hi, you! Oh, he actually blocked. That's a more impressive raider. But now he's on the floor, and he's down. I love it. It's so much fun. But yes, that is the Unarmed gameplay overhaul and slide kick mod. It is just such a great tool to play around with. And I just have been having such a great time just throwing people to the ground. Oops, wrong button. I hit spacebar rather than alt. And come on, stand still so I can try and get you, sir. Of course, the final raider that I'm trying to take down when I'm doing this, I mess up on. You know what? Let's get another. I need to end on someone getting taken down. There we go. So if you'd like to check this mod out for yourself, which I would certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that is going to be it for this episode, my friends. I hope you have enjoyed and that you do come back for the next episode when hopefully we'll be looking at yet another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one. God, I've made a mess. All right, later.